Hello there, beautiful friend. It's Lexi again. And if you're new here, my name is Alexis, but all my friends call me Lexi. My family call me Lex. And welcome. So just another little chat. I have a calendar that I got maybe 10, 11 years ago, and it was somebody who passed away and it was their calendar. And they didn't give it to me, but it ended up coming to me. And I love it. It is the Helen Steiner Rice Daily Devotional Calendar. And Helen Steiner Rice, was a inspirational writer. And so I just want to read what today's is. Today is January 30th, and it says, "Give us through the coming year quietness of mind. Teach us to be patient and always to be kind." And I love that, because one thing I know for sure, I was not in the line when they were handing out patience. That was not a virtue that was given to me. I have none, especially when I'm driving. I have no patience. I was behind somebody this morning taking my daughter to work, and they were driving so slow, and they were going to the same place. We were behind them. I don't know who they were, of course, but I was behind them from the time I left my home all the way until we got to my daughter's place of work, which is like 5 minutes away by car from me. And I was so frustrated because I'm like, hello, they weren't even doing the speed limit, and that frustrates me. It's like, you're not even doing the speed limit. At least do the speed limit. At least do that much. Oh my goodness. So I know patience. I used to always say that when I was going to get my Bachelor of Arts degree in education. Actually, it's in educational studies. And we used to have virtues posted on campus. I went to Belmont Abbey College here in North Carolina, in Belmont, which is a suburb of Charlotte. And the virtues, and I'm like, yeah, I don't have that virtue. That's just not my virtue. Certain things, though, I have patience for, or patience with certain people, but for the most part, I don't have it. Like, I will fly off the handle in a minute. Like, in a New York second, I will fly off the handle. So it's like, I read that today, and I'm like, oh, are you speaking to me, Helen, particularly? And then also it says, today, develop more patience and value the calm that can be yours. And that is so true, because when you're patient, you're not flustered, you're not frustrated, you're at an even keel, you're just patient, you're just calm. And that's something that I love, is just to be calm and peaceful. I am usually home every day because my daughter works, sometimes 12-hour shifts, just depending on her schedule. It's never the same every day. So it's like a toss-up. So I'm here in the house. I don't go out a lot because I don't like to be out by myself. Not that I can't handle being out by myself. I can talk to a stone. I mean, I can talk to anybody. I make friends with everybody. That's not a problem. But the problem is, because of my degenerative bone disease and my osteoarthritis and other things that are going on, my diabetes, I'm an asthmatic. There's a plethora of things here. But I'm losing weight. And as I'm losing weight, and as I've lost over 100 pounds, 101 plus pounds, yay me, I'm not that steady on my feet anymore. And somebody had mentioned to me that, you lost a lot of weight. And when you lose a lot of weight, it throws off your equilibrium because your body's not used to this new you. And I never thought about that. Never thought about it. Never dawned on me. And I did have a fall a couple months ago when we first got the kitten, and she got in between my legs and I fell so hard, so hard. And I fell on my left side and my two knees, I'm knock-kneed, and I have the osteoarthritis in my knees. So right now it's improving a lot because of the weight loss, but it was bone on bone. So my knees, the insides of my knees smacked together when I hit the floor. And that's how it sounded too. I thought that my whole body was broken. I'm like, dear God in heaven, I'm gonna die. And I laid there. Zoe was home. We had just got home from picking her up from work. Zoe, if you're new here, Zoe's my daughter. She goes by Tago, and I'll list her down below so you can subscribe to her YouTube channel as well. And I just laid there. And she's like, Mommy, and I'm like, it's okay, just give me a minute. At that point, I had lost about 80, maybe 5 pounds, 87 pounds, around there. And I had re-lost that because I had a big weight loss of 85 pounds back in 2019. But when the pandemonium came, I was here eating every day, and we were staying up till the wee hours of the morning, eating buttered popcorn, and I was making banana bread every day, you name it. Whatever kind of banana bread you wanted, I was making it. Whether it was a bundt, a loaf, a pan, whatever, I was making it, and we were eating it, and I was eating it every day. So I gained a lot of the 85 pounds back, which took me back to over 300 pounds, and I was devastated by that. But I got it back together, and now I will never be that again. I will never be over. My initial journey started, I was over 320 pounds plus. So I will never be back there. Never, ever, ever. That'll never happen to me ever again. But at that weight, I had a fall over 300 pounds, and I couldn't get up off the floor. And my daughter had to call. My mother was still alive at that time, and my daughter had to call a friend of mine who at that time lived in the next building from us. And she, her husband, and her son had to come, plus my daughter, and I scooted up. They put a blanket under me and lifted me up. I could not even get myself up. And I said, that will never happen to me again. That was so humiliating and embarrassing, and that will never happen to me again. So fast forward, I fell again another time. And it's always in my living room. I have so many cords, different things. The floors, where we live, the floors are terrible. And there are so many divots in the floors that you can feel under the carpet. And nothing in here is leveled. And sometimes I feel like I'm falling through the ceiling when I'm walking. And so I'm falling through the floor, which is the ceiling downstairs, I should say. I live on a second floor walk up. And so then I fell again, and I fell, but I was able to get myself up because I had lost weight at that time, and I was so proud of myself. But this time when I fell, and I think it was back, and we got the kitten in October. And if you're new here and you haven't watched previous episodes on my channel, I did speak about how we got the kitten, how I heard her screaming and crying, but I didn't see where she was. And I had gone out and come back, and I still heard her, couldn't find her, and she came up the stairs and found me and walked right in, and she's been here ever since. She's been here ever since. And she's so big now, and she's so cute. If you subscribe to my daughter and you watch her videos, you'll see her in my daughter's videos, because every time my daughter's doing her exercise, she runs up. My daughter's chair where she exercises is next to glass doors. So she likes to look at those glass doors. So she's always all over that when my daughter is filming. And her name is Mam Mam. Her name is Little Miss Mam, and we call her Mam Mam, and that's what she answers to, Mam Mam, or Mamberly, Mamberlika. She's got all kinds of nicknames, but Mam Mam is her name. So anyway, this time when I fell, I guess Mam Mam got in between my legs, and I hit so hard. And I'm like, okay, Alexis, just be patient. Excuse me. Everybody, take 5 sips of water. Drink your water. So anyway, I said to myself, excuse me, I have a tickle in my throat. I said to myself, Alexis, just be calm. Zoe didn't know what to do. And I'm like, just be calm. And so I just, did my breathing techniques that I've learned from meditation and everything. And I was able to sit myself up. And Zoe was so upset with the kitten. She's like, it's ma'am. And I didn't even see her. I didn't even know. I thought I tripped over my shoes, over my sneakers. And she's like, no, mommy, the cat got in between you. And I didn't even know it happened so fast. And I was standing by maybe like the glass door area. And when I fell, I ended up all the way back across the living room. That's how hard and everything I fell back. So I laid there and then I got up and I'm like, okay, just give me a minute. My knees, the pain in my knees. I hadn't had pain like that in so long. I couldn't put any pressure to get up onto my knees, to get to the chair, to lift myself up. I couldn't, no matter what I did. I got on my side, then I got on my other side. Then I'm like, okay, bring me something, I have this little, was a pillows, yoga mat. I'm like, bring me a yoga mat. It's rolled up. I'm like, I can use the rolled up yoga mat to try to sit on it and get up or do anything. Nothing worked. I was on the floor for about 6 hours. This happened at about 8 o'clock at night, maybe. And at about, I don't know what time, maybe 3 or so in the morning is when I finally had to call 911, because Zoe, my daughter, if you see her, she's very strong, very strong. She's big, but she couldn't lift me. We couldn't get it to the right spot where she could lift me, and I couldn't help. I couldn't lift myself, and I couldn't get onto and every time she would come to lift me and I would almost be there, and she's like, okay, mommy, you're almost there. You're almost on your knee. You're almost there. The pain was excruciating. I would just fall back down. I would just collapse. And she was getting very frustrated, and I could tell she did not have any patience in that moment at all. She didn't know what to do. She didn't know what to do, and she was probably scared. And so finally, I'm like, okay, I guess I'm going to have to call 911. I was so upset. I did not want to call 911. I wanted to get myself up off that floor, and I just couldn't do it. And I called, and they like, what, do you need him? I'm like, please don't have sirens and things. I fell down. I don't have anything broken. I'm sitting up, but I cannot lift myself. I cannot get up off the floor. Like, I have somebody else here with me and she can't help me. I need somebody to come and help me. And so they're like, okay, we'll send somebody. So they sent fire and medic. So 2 firemen, 2 strapping young firemen came up here and a medic. And I explained to them what happened and like, do you have anything? I'm like, no, there's nothing broken or anything. I can move on my extremities. I just can't get up. And I explained to them, I says, I've lost 87 pounds. And they're like, oh my God, congratulations. They were so sweet. And I'm like, and I thought that would help me. And they're like, everybody needs help. So there's nothing to be, feel ashamed about. But I was so embarrassed in that moment. And so they lifted me up by both arms, one on each side. And the medic just stood there. He was taking notes to see if everything was okay. And they lifted me up into my chair. They're like, are you okay? Do you feel like you need to go to the hospital? I'm like, no. I don't. And I didn't. I didn't hit my head, so I knew I didn't have a concussion. I fell on my left side, but I did not break my hip. I knew that. It just was my knees. And I'm knock-kneed. My mother was also knock-kneed, and I'm knock-kneed. So I have, the bulge on my knees on the inside. So when my knees clapped together, I literally saw stars. And they had to come. So now, since then, I am now 101 plus pounds down, 102 plus pounds. And I am determined to get strong. But the patience, I have patience with myself. So that reminded me today, and it says, today, develop more patience and value the calm that can be yours. And I take that to heart today. So I am definitely going to try to do that today. I've been working with weights. I have 1 pound, 2 pound, 3 pound, I think 4 and 5 pound. I have 10 pound. I don't know if I have 6 or 8 pound weights. I'm not sure if I have those. I have balls. I have all kinds of things. And so, but with the cat, it's hard for me to do my weights because the cat wants to jump up and try to catch the weights or jump up on me every time I'm making the motions. And so I haven't done them in a little bit. And so I've got to get back to that. And I'm really trying to get stronger. And so the patience, is something that I'm lacking. And I'm learning that every day, to be calm, to take the time to give myself grace. We all need to give ourselves grace. And I need to practice that. I'm always saying it to other people, but I really need to practice it for myself. And just giving myself that grace to know that everything's going to be okay and I can do it. Like I said in my little short the other day, we're all going to be okay. And I do believe that. With all the craziness going on around us, I do believe that. But seeing that today on my Helen Steiner Rice calendar, it just brought that back to me. Like, you need to give yourself patience and grace. And things are going to happen and unfold as they should, when they should. And I'm getting stronger every day. And I'm wearing the clothes that I couldn't fit. That now it's like I have new clothes. And it's going to be a long time. I have about maybe, I don't know. It just depends on where my body lands. But I figure maybe another like 60 pounds or so before I'm done with this journey. And I will never be done. This is a lifelong journey. I will never be done. But I hope and pray that at that time I will be able, be strong and be able to get myself up off the floor and do the things. I mean, I can use my wrist, I can open things and do things, and that's important when we're getting older. I'm 60. That's important. So I want to be able to do things. My mother was doing everything until she couldn't anymore, and she died at 89, and she was still able to get around and do things. And I need that. I'm 60 years old. I'm like a spring chicken. I'm like a teeny bopper. In my mind, I am. In my mind, I am still, I want to say teenage, but I really want to be legal. So we're not going to go teenage. Like I'm 25. That's what I'm going to say in my mind. In my mind, I am 25. My body, I am probably 95. So I'm really trying to work on that. And doing the sugar fast is going to help me to cleanse my liver, get rid of all this inflammation, fatty liver disease that I have. Because if you didn't know, if you have a big gut, you are insulin resistant and you have a fatty liver. So if you didn't know that, I'm here to tell you. And I'm not a doctor and I don't play one on YouTube, but I'm just here to tell you, you can Google it and you can ask your doctor. Doctors don't like to tell us things because they like to prescribe drugs. And I am somebody who, I don't want to take things if I don't have to. So that's why I'm learning and researching things about my body and what can help me get my body together. And so I know this. This I've researched and this I know. I have insulin resistance. I have inflammation, which comes from your liver. When your liver is holding the fat and all of the toxins that you're putting into your body. And I'm learning now. So I don't eat processed food anymore. I don't eat fast food anymore. So I'm just, getting myself together. And I'm ready. I'm ready for the positive changes. I've made it through to this over 100 plus pounds weight loss. So I know that, this next stage I'm so excited for and to get this going. So the sugar fast, maybe I will start that next week. Saturday is the first day of February. I don't know if I'm going to start it this weekend. Well, I've already started it. Let's just say I've already really started it. But I want to document it, and I haven't done that yet. So my official start date, you'll know, because I will be telling you. Hopefully I won't be on here wanting to take a bite out of somebody because I want some sugar. I'm sweet enough, I know. But I have the biggest sweet tooth in the world. And even as a diabetic, I love sweets. My mother loved sweets. My daughter loves sweets. We're all sugar babies. And I love sugar babies too. And one of my girlfriends got on, I had mentioned that in another video, and she's like, you took it way back with the sugar babies. And I'm like, I love sugar babies, the sugar daddies. I love those, not in a derogatory way. So if you're thinking that, get your head out the gutter. It's a candy. For anybody who's not in this generation, it's a candy. You can Google it. So, but anyway, I just wanted to come on and just chit chat because I just love it here. I could sit here and talk to you, my friend. I can talk to you all day. I can talk to you all day. And I wish that you can talk back to me here, but I know you're talking as you're watching this and you're saying, mm-hmm. So yeah, so we are having a conversation. So I'm going to take another sip of water for the road. And this is sparkling water, some ice. It is lemon sparkling water. I like pure plain sparkling water, but they didn't have the kind that I like. So I ended up with lemon sparkling water, which I don't always like to buy the flavored ones because they have maltodextrin in them, or dextrose, which is sugar. Even though you don't taste it, it's in it. And that's something that I've learned as I'm trying to rid myself of the sneaky words that they use on labels and packaging, that we think, oh, there's no sugar in this, and there's sugar in it. It's like, make it make sense. So that's what I'm drinking, with some lemon juice and salt for electrolytes. I don't drink any water without lemon juice or salt at all, unless I'm doing just like a pure fast. It'll just be water with lemon, or like Element, the plain Element. I love that. Of course, I don't have enough people on this channel yet to be sponsored by anybody, but when I can be, that will be somebody that I hope sponsors me, because I love Element. I just love it in my water. It's delicious. Citrus is my favorite. I love watermelon. I love raspberry. And I love the plain. And they have sparkling waters also, and the sparkling waters are delicious. The citrus is my favorite in the sparkling water. So yes, so if you all drink Element, or if you're watching this and you're sponsored by Element, that's a blessing. Send me a couple of boxes. I'll take them. So anyway, my loves, and my friend, beautiful friend who's watching, and all my loves who are watching, hope you enjoy the rest of your day. I just thought I'd give you a twofer today. I did a morning video, and I said I need to do another one. It's in my spirit to do it today. So anyway, have a wonderful day. And as the beautiful Miss Tabitha Brown says, but if you can't, don't go around messing up anybody else's, you hear? Okay. Please like, comment down below. What is the virtue that you need help with? Do you have patience? Or is it something else? Let me know. Put it in the comments down below so we can chat about it. And please subscribe. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. And it will help my channel so much. We want to go so many places on this channel, and it would really help to reach other people. And that's all I want to do. I just want to bring joy, and entertainment. It's entertainment and joy to people. Happiness and joy. That's what we're here for. Life is short, so we need happiness and joy. And on that note, I'm going to say deuces, as always, and love you plenty, friend.